Everybody was waiting for the rate cuts to come. Powell finally gave us rate cuts. We've been waiting for that more than a year. And when he gave us rate cuts, we went down. Something as simple as a sell the news rate cut will have social media go bananas. And not the parabolic banana face, but really bananas. It's because of engagement farmers. They just want your attention, hence money. So they're all screaming, end of the bull run. There never has been a bull run this year. Altseason ain't coming. I'm here to tell you we're already in a bull run. We have been for quite some time actually. And Altseason, well, is it coming? Isn't it coming? You can see at my pretty smile, of course, it's coming. Let's first have a look at the BTC chart, because I've been seeing all these stories that the 4-year cycle is dead. And well, it could very well be. I don't know personally, but I didn't see any proof as to why. People are saying we're not in a bull run yet. We didn't see a top yet. No alt season coming this year. We're a year late. Well, it's not true, is it? Let's have a look at the tops of the last two bull runs. Bull run 2017, top in December 2017. Then of course 4 years later, let's have a look at the top. November 2021. That's almost exactly 4 years later, up to a month. Then let's have a look at now. Oh, that's right, we can't see it yet because that would have been December 2025. So the thing is, we're not even late for the top. Well, it being 1 month earlier, 2-3 months later, I don't know. So for me, Q1 of 2026 would be a nice top, but could also be December 2025. And maybe the 4-year cycle is that. I don't know. But for me, it's not proven that the 4-year cycle is dead. I think after this top, we will get a big dip. For this video, it doesn't really matter. We're just trying to find out why I think alt season is still happening. On this chart, it's evident that Bitcoin started the run at January 2023. And it has been running up all the way from 17k until 111k now, and it even topped at 123k. Are we there yet? In my opinion, no. We'll go higher. This is market makers making this dip, because we're going to look at the S&P and I'm going to show you that this is actually just fabricated. We are going higher. We are going up. So for everyone telling you we're not in a bull market, just look at BTC, 17k up to 111k. And we are not there yet. We're going higher. In one of my last videos, I showed you the macro. Bear markets not being exactly what you think they are. And now I can zoom in on Sol and show you that even in the short time frame, everything's the same. Because we see on the Sol chart, the first dip I marked is April 2025, and since then we've been going up. So we've been going up for months actually. But what's in your mind is all the dips on Sol. But that's not really true, is it? From 54 billion market cap, we went up to 95 billion. It's almost a 2x, yeah? And we did that in just 1 month. And it wasn't even alt season. Then, of course, we went a little bit sideways, then dipped down because, you know, price has to settle. You just can't keep rocketing up. Price will get overheated, RSI will get overheated, and we're in a world of troubles. So, market makers make it so that we dip, everything cools off, and then we go up again. And you see, of course, after this dip in June 25, 70 billion market cap, we went up to a 110 billion market cap. That's a big shove, yeah? Then, of course, went down, went up, went down, went up. You see, price isn't just a linear reaction. Price is a chopping move. Why do I think alt season's still coming? Why do I think the bull run didn't just end early? Well, because smart money's been investing in April and the last couple of months as well. They've been investing quite a lot of money. They wouldn't have done so if they weren't willing to pump the market later on. Smart money, institutional money, they never invest if they can't make a profit. They don't just throw away their money. So that's one thing. Second thing, let's have a look at this BTC chart. Take the M2 Global Liquidity Index. By now everybody knows what the M2 Global Liquidity Index is. If you don't know, ask me in the comment section below. And we see this blue line is the global liquidity, the M2 Global Liquidity Index. And you see Bitcoin actually correlates pretty damn perfectly with it until this little dip in September. End of August, September, we went down while the Global Liquidity Index went up. That's strange, isn't it? Well, it's not really that strange. It's not really a decoupling of the M2. It's because of market makers actually trying to do something with the market. How can we see that? How can we know this is happening? Well, let's look at the SPX. This is the S&P 500, the 500 biggest stocks. Stocks, what does that have to do with crypto? Well, actually stocks front run the market. Crypto comes a little bit later. But let's have a look at the stock market, and I see the bottom was in April 25. Now let's look at BTC, April 25. Let's look at Sol, bottom, April 25. So all together there. And where we see BTC going up, going up, going up, and then decoupling at half August, S&P goes up. It does right now have a little dip. So it does right now have a little dip. Let's look at the global liquidity for the S&P. And yes, here we see the little dip. Yeah, so this is not strange. Maybe it's this little dip or it's this little dip. Don't really know for sure because let's see, should be this dip. Should be this dip, I guess. If it's this dip, I think we will go up very hard for the S&P. So let's have a look at Bitcoin. Normally we should have been here, 127k. But as you can see from this little dips here in the S&P, every time a little dip comes, we pump up again and go a little bit higher. So this will happen for crypto also. This will happen for BTC as well. You can see where the S&P 500 follows the M2 Global Liquidity Index perfectly, BTC and crypto decoupled. They didn't really decouple. It was a market maker move to have us go down, liquidate over 1.7 billion in longs in 24 hours. And normally they make these moves just before we shoot up and Altseason starts. To me, it means Altseason will start pretty soon. I don't know if it's next week or the week after. I just know it will. And right at this moment I'm seeing some bullish things for crypto. First one, Vanguard Intel Group posted this. The EU is considering a reparations loan for Ukraine of up to 130 billion. Now why is this bullish for crypto? It's bullish because the loan intended to support Ukraine's war efforts would be repaid only after Ukraine receives reparations from Russia in a peace agreement. So Russia will have to pay Ukraine the money and then Ukraine will repay it to Europe. Now, why would Europe make a loan like this? Most of the 210 billion in Russian assets frozen in Europe are held in Belgium's Euroclear. 175 billion is now matured into cash, potentially forming the basis for the loan, per a Reuters report. That means that Europe is going to seize all Russian assets and give them to Ukraine. Why is this bullish for crypto? Well, because no other country will ever put his assets in European banks anymore. You'd be better off buying gold or Bitcoin. Then some very bullish news from El Salvador. You see here on August the 10th, El Salvador now allows banks to operate exclusively as Bitcoin banks. Now, just 1 month later, 20th of September, El Salvador is launching the world's first Bitcoin bank in 2025. Very bullish for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is becoming a bank. And countries like El Salvador, other South American countries, could very well be starting reserves in Bitcoin because European banks, you can't trust them anymore. IMF, phew, why take IMF loans when you can just buy Bitcoin?